Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to change the way the world eats. My name is Shurina. I'm a certified nutritionist, health, nutrition, performance coach, but now, more often, I work as exclusively brain coach, helping people to use nutrition, lifestyle, habits to improve the way our brain works and how we deliver our best work, and most importantly, how we experience our life. Guys, the better our brain works, the better life experience we have, because brain is ultimate center of information gathering, assessment, and then giving us our emotions and stories and thoughts and things like motivation, clarity of thought, determination, drive, greed, or brain fog, anxiety, overwhelm, insecurities, and all kinds of brain genius blockers that also make our life experience quite miserable. It's all in the brain. And unhealthy, sad brain, it really makes our life and our work so much more difficult. We experience life through our brain. And so if you want to experience life at the highest level and get after the most amazing work opportunities, go after the most amazing mate opportunities, to just feel life on a completely different level. So everyone would ask you, people often ask me these days, what are you taking? Why are you so happy all the time? And I'm like, I have no idea. It's just everything that I do. It works. I put all of it into a system, and now I'm super consistent with it. And a lot of the things, I'm taking a lot of people through this 5-day cancel brain fog challenge. A lot of people these are such simple things. Why haven't I been taught them before? It's such a simple system. So thank you, Angela, for introducing me to that. Anyhow, today I'm going to be sharing part of that system that make people ask me, Angela, what are you taking? What drugs are you on? That you're always motivated and ready to go, and you seem to have this never-ending willpower and work capacity, and you're always excited about things, having so much passion for all the things in life. And guys, for life we need passion if we wanna drive life, not just be carried by circumstances in our life like inactive participants. So routines that will help you to turn your brain on, to light it up, to induce with passion everything that you are and that you do, to have more clarity, to have more drive, more motivation, more greed, to navigate your emotional landscape like the master surfer, to have focus of a Jedi, to be ready for work and to deliver your best performance when you need it, not when the stars align and you finally wake up on the right side of the bed, right? The state that we want to be in more often than not can be described by this, one of my favorite quotes from the movie Limitless. I wasn't high, I wasn't wired. Just clear. I knew what I needed to do and how to do it. So, without further ado, let me introduce some neuroscience-backed routines that will help you to turn your brain on and light up your life. And they're also quite interesting because they're kind of opposite. In the morning, you need to do one thing, and in the evening, the opposite thing. First couple of routines that I do religiously. In the morning, we need to see a lot of bright light. In the first hour of waking, preferably, especially great if that coincides with the hour of sunrise, because natural light outside and at sunrise is different from light outside at other times. Wavelengths of light that our eye can detect and then can transmit it to our brain, that is different in the first hour of sunrise than at other times. Neuroscientists even say that there is a circadian dead zone when you can't actually reset your circadian clock by natural light all that effectively, because the wavelengths of light change so much. Usually it's after 9-10 a.m., but that's usually around equator or spring, summer time in all the other time zones, because light day is obviously it obviously changes a lot the closer to poles you are, like the difference between light day and the amount of night or absence of light, right? But we're not going to get into details. So what you want to understand, in the first hour of your waking, see natural light. Go outside and spend outside 5 minutes enough if it's sunny, closer to 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes if it's kind of cloudy, and closer to 30 minutes if it's like really overcast and dark. So in the morning, a lot of natural light. Also, guys, during the day, if you start experiencing the drop in your alertness, wakefulness, right? Your focus, your concentration. Also spend more time outside, especially great if you have a place outside where you can sit and do your work, or even better if you go for a walk. Light really supercharges, like starts up your brain. So if you want to feel more awake and alert and focused and pay attention better, in general, I'll see a lot of light, not just in the morning, but also during the day. But in the morning, it's especially important because it starts your circadian clock. It aligns all of the clocks in your brain and in your body. It brings up all of the neurotransmitters or brain chemicals needed to be alert, focused, motivated, ready to go. So morning, it's for that, also increases your dopamine, and dopamine is needed again to get after things, especially challenging things. So see light first hour of waking. But then at night, you need to make sure to not see any bright light, especially a couple of hours before your bedtime, at least 90 minutes. Start dimming all the lights. Use light meter apps that you can download for free for your phone and measure intensity of light in the place where you spend most of the time before bed. It should be ideally no more than 40 lux, Lux, is the measure of light intensity. And if it's more, there are chances that you do not allow your brain to produce enough melatonin. That's very important to induce sleep and important for your sleep-wake cycle, right? So no bright light at night. Where I get a lot of feedback from taking entrepreneurs and different self-employed, goal-oriented professionals through this 5-day cancel brain fog challenge. So I get a lot of feedback about how people didn't put together other aspect of that bright light, thing. Because when you go outside and you do, for example, grocery shopping, it's bright light, very bright light, more often than not. So that's how you expose yourself to bright light. Or if you take an elevator, usually they're very brightly lit. So a lot of bright light exposure. If you go through a brightly lit corridor, if you go outside and there are bright lights on the streets, blue lights that shine more often than not right into your eyes, above your head. So it's all bright light exposure. If you watch TV and you don't use blue blocking glasses, a lot of blue light from your TV. So what I recommend to people, install blue blocking apps on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, and then watch that instead of your TV if you, again, don't have the glasses that block that blue light emitting from your TV. And then again, don't forget to install all these blue blocking apps or activate modes, blue light blocking modes on your phones, because a lot of smartphones these days, they have that already installed. You just need to activate it. And for your desktop, for your laptop, for your tablet, very often you need to install this app. That's such a huge difference for your sleep quality, guys. And sleep quality is everything for your brain performance. And that's so in the morning, a lot of bright light, especially in the first hour of waking. At night, no bright light, or very, very little. The second two-party thing routine that I do has to do with shower. So if you want to increase 200-300% your dopamine production, again, that motivation molecule that makes you go, especially go for harder things, if you want to increase that 200-300%, spend like 3 minutes in the cold shower, and you'll get used to that. At first it sucks, but what helps me, I scream and sing in the shower. I also do my voice gymnastics, making different sounds to warm up my voice, to do podcasting, calls, and everything, to be able to use my voice effectively. So I do things like or la 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 ba. So that's what I do in the shower while taking cold shower, and it makes the whole experience more fun, especially probably for my neighbors who can hear that. But yeah, screaming, singing, voice gymnastics make cold shower more fun and more tolerable, and that also, cold shower increases your dopamine and a lot of other neurotransmitters. Well, not a lot, but some that will help you to stay alert, focused, and motivated. At night, though, you want to take hot shower because it helps your body to go through temperature drop that induces sleep faster and helps you to fall asleep faster and better and sleep deeper, right? So hot shower before bed will help your body to create this drop in temperature from hot to cold faster, and that induces sleep faster and better. So cold shower, cold in the morning, hot at night. The third two-part thing about caffeine. Delay coffee and any caffeine and any food actually 90 minutes after you're waking, 90 minutes or later. So do not drink coffee, any caffeine, do not consume foods first 90 minutes of your waking. It has to do with different hormones that participate or regulate your sleep-wake cycle, also your wakefulness and alertness, things like cortisol, norepinephrine, your blood sugar also starts fluctuating in not necessarily the best way. So a lot of things are affected when in the first 90 minutes of waking, where there are a lot of different hormones and neurotransmitters fluctuate to keep you awake, to wake you up. If you interfere with that, with caffeine and food, more often than not, you're gonna have harder crash in the morning. It's gonna be you're gonna be sleepier during the day. It's gonna be harder for you to fall asleep. Just this whole cycle, beautiful cycle that supports your sleep-wake cycle, will be disrupted in many ways. So caffeine and food 90 minutes after your waking time or later, and then no caffeine 10 to 12 hours before bed, because again, that has to do with your sleep-wake cycle, with neurochemicals like with chemicals in our brain like adenosine that accumulates and during our wakefulness, and it gives the brain the signal that, okay, we were awake for so many hours, so it means that soon we'll need to prepare this person for sleep. Now caffeine interferes with that system and with a lot of other systems, really. So the closer to bed you drink your caffeine, the more disrupted the architecture of your sleep going to be, and the less productive and effective all the restorative and regenerative processes in your brain and in your body going to be. So 10 to 12 hours, no caffeine. And by no caffeine, I mean also no super caffeinated tea or super dark chocolate. I did this mistake quite a few times, consuming really dark hot chocolate almost before going to bed, and then I just couldn't fall asleep. So not just coffee, but all the caffeinated stuff, maybe energy workout drinks that you might be consuming, or some supplements with caffeine. So make sure that your caffeine stops about 10 to 12 hours before sleep. So again, in the morning, 90-minute delay. In the afternoon, count back 10 to 12 hours and stop your caffeine by then. Now, another part about breathing. Again, two-part. Use your breathing hyperventilation to induce states of alertness, focused, increased capacity to think fast, make decisions fast, be a little bit more stressful and jittery. It's when you feel a little bit less alert, a little bit less focused, more on the sleepy side, and you need to bring that energy and passion up. You use hyperventilation. We talked about that kind of breathing several times on this podcast. What it sounds like is like so intense breathing. Breathe in through your nose, really intense and deep, and breathe out really fast through your mouth. Do this 25 to 30 times. Then you breathe in, breathe out fully, like all the air from your lungs should go out. You hold your breath for as long as it's comfortable, and then you breathe in again through your nose, and then you hold your breath again here for as long as it's comfortable. 2-3 times, and you'll be more focused and alert and more passionate about anything you're about to do. I promise you that. Just do it really intensely and you're gonna get there. But there is another kind of breathing that you're gonna use to calm yourself down, to prepare your body for better digestion, for example, to switch your nervous system into rest in digest state instead of that hyper focused and ready to go, ready to fight or fly. Right, so another kind of breathing, the opposite, when you maybe need to calm yourself down before an important talk. Like breathe in and then breathe out twice as long or even longer. So the focus is on breathing out very, very long. So breathe in through your nose and then breathe out. As long as it takes, the longer, the better. Do this 3 times. Your digestion going to be better. You're going to be calmer. You're going to be more composed. And also in kind of like optimal state, I guess, for learning and being present. Right? But if you do struggle with alertness and being more awake and more focused, then you'll need hyperventilation. That one is for calming yourself down. So if you're sleepy, probably not the best thing to do to make yourself even calmer and sleepier, right? And last but not least, a thing that I do that is proven by neuroscience to help you to wire any habit much, much faster. Maybe you want to start meditation. Maybe you want to start doing cold showers, or delaying your coffee, or going outside in the first hour of waking. Like whatever habit you want to build and it's difficult for you to build, use this habit building hack that again is backed by neuroscience. It helps your brain to wire habits faster. And the hack is make yourself good about finishing any habit, and it's got to be immediate. You finish habit and you celebrate. So, woohoo! I finished this podcast. Oh, woohoo! Yeah, great job, Angela. I finished my coffee in 90 minutes after I woke up. Right? So you gotta celebrate the end point of this habit. Not in a week, not in several, hours, right then in there. So your brain makes the connection that this action was beneficial, and that's why we're feeling so good. Whatever makes you feel good, your brain will remember and will release certain neurochemicals to wire that habit faster, create this, tunnel, this road towards that habitual behavior in your brain much, much faster. So whatever habit you do, if you want to continue doing that and you want to wire it in faster, make yourself feel good. But don't fake it. You actually need to make yourself feel good, not just look good. That's why figure out your own way to celebrate it so it makes you feel good, because what works for me probably not gonna work for you that well. Might be, a lot of things also common among humans. So that is the last habit hack that I do every time I need to wire in a new habit or new behavior, like maybe making more cold calls or doing other work-related stuff that I'm not building business-related stuff that I'm not that great yet. But with all these hacks, you have no doubt I'm going to be building my $1 million business this year. Well, with time and persistence and consistency, but I am on my way. So anyhow, these are the habits that I do every single day, no exception, and they totally change my mind every single day. And also, guys, guess what? They only work if you do them consistently. If you do them for 2 days and you feel awesome, but then you stop doing them, you're gonna feel not awesome. It's like with shower, to get the cleanliness effect, you gotta take it daily. The same with a lot of these habits. Let me know if you have any questions, if everything was clear, if you understand how to implement everything. If you have questions, please reach out via any social media channel where you'll find me at. Share this episode with other people, maybe your significant other, maybe your bestie, maybe your mom, maybe your dad, maybe your kids. Do it together, because why not? Don't we all want to feel better and do awesome things and have amazing life experience? So share, ask questions, and as usual, till next time, eat better daily.